Whoever fights with monsters should see to it that he does not become a monster in the process. And when you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you. Loosely translated, when you criticize your home state for getting your business address wrong for 10 years, thereby subjecting you to court cases, summonses, liens, and warrants, you might just get the P.O. box wrong and say 248 instead of 842 when on the phone with the post office. So I decided to follow up on that video from yesterday to figure out what would happen if it was indeed P.O. Box 842.
Thank you for contacting the United States Postal Service. You have reached the Berwick Post Office, located at 43 Route 236, Berwick, Maine, 03901. Our window hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and closed on Sunday. Our BMEU hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. To report vandalism or theft of mail, contact the U.S. Postal Inspection Service at 1-877-876-2455. Delivery for Berwick is out of the South Berwick Post Office. For delivery issues, please contact the South Berwick Post Office at 207-384-2780. For your convenience, please visit us on the web at usps.com for various services, including to track a package, find USPS locations, buy stamps, hold mail, change of address, schedule a pickup, etc. For general customer service and assistance, please call 1-800-ASK-USPS. If you still need to speak directly to the Berwick Post Office, please remain on the line and someone will be with you shortly. Thank you for using the United States Postal Service. Please stay on the line while your call is transferred to the operator.
Berwick Post Office, Wendy speaking. Can I help you?
Hi, my name's Lewis. I think I had called you yesterday about a P.O. box, but I think I gave you the wrong number.
Okay, what is the number?
P.O. Box 842. So I don't know if I had spoken to you or somebody else yesterday. I had a business in New York City for 10 years, and instead of sending all of my tax paperwork to my on-file business address, they were sending it to P.O. Box 842 in Berwick, Maine.
Okay, I'll go see if that's an open box. Hold on just a second.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Sure, no problem.
Whether you are moving across the street or across the country, you can count on the United States Postal Service for quick delivery to your new address. Just file a permanent or temporary forwarding order at your local post office, and your mail will arrive right at your doorstep. www.usps.com.
Hi, so that box is open to somebody. What was your business?
Rossmann Repair Group, and my name is Louis Rossmann. And also, there's one thing. They've had this address up until the present, but all the notices that they were taking me to court apparently were sent between 2013 and 2016. So I was wondering if there's any way to know if anybody actually had that box back then.
That I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody had that box back then or not. Let me see.
And also, thank you so much for bearing with me. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
It's not your fault that the New York State government thought that I lived in, had that P.O. box, and has been sending me summonses and fines and liens for the past decade.
Yeah, that's really strange. Yes, so that had been, let's see how long the previous person had it. So it only goes back, so our records only go back to 2018, but somebody had it since 2018, and our records don't go back farther than that.
Hey, you've been incredibly helpful already, so thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome, and good luck. I hope it all works out.
One last question. If something's addressed to P.O. Box 842, but it's not the name of the person on the box, does it get returned to sender, or does it just get deposited in the box anyway?
It would get returned to sender.
So, like, if something, let's say the business that had that was, like Network Inc., and something went to that box addressed to Louis Rossmann at Rossmann Repair Group, but P.O. Box 842, would it go in the box, or would the person look and say, this says P.O. Box 842, but that's not who owns the box. We're going to send it back to New York.
So we match up with who has the box with the names, and if it doesn't match, then we send it back.
Okay, thank you so much for confirming, and also, I'm sorry for getting the box wrong, and I'm so sorry for wasting your time yesterday.
Oh, no, not a waste of time at all. No problem.
All right, you have a lovely day.
Good luck. I hope everything works out. Okay, bye-bye.
As you can hear, this is the exact same outcome. So if they see P.O. Box 842, but instead of the mail going to the registered owner of the box, it's going to Rossmann Repair Group, she made it very clear that that mail would have been returned to sender, thereby justifying my keyboard flip in yesterday's video. While I did get the box wrong, the exact same thing is still true. New York State would have known that they were sending the mail to the wrong address if they actually bothered to check their mail or actually pay attention to anything. But just to make sure that I wasn't going crazy here, I decided to call up the owner of the box to see if they had any mail from Rossmann Repair Group, because even though they were sending all these liens and everything else back in 2014 through 2016, if that was the address that was on file for my business, most certainly I would have been getting notified about sales tax, corporate tax, all different other types of mail from New York State Department of Finance if they were actually sending it out to that address. So I decided to call up the owner of the box, the present owner of that box, and just ask them, I'm just out of curiosity, what is going on here?
APXNet, this is Heidi.
Hi, my name is Louis Rossmann. I have a really, really strange question for you, so my apologies in advance if this is a waste of your time. Just let me know and I'll leave you alone. I have a business in New York State, and they have been, in New York State, had my wrong address on file for 10 years. The address they had on file was P.O. Box 842 in Berwick, Maine. So I decided to Google it and figure out who owned that, and I noticed that it was apx.net. So I was curious if, by any chance, you might happen to have 10 years worth of tax mail, collections mail, court mail addressed to Louis Rossmann at Rossmann Repair Group lying around anywhere. Or if you would know of anybody in the office that's seen mail addressed to me coming in for the past 10 years.
So we've only had the post office box probably just before pandemic, maybe. So we've only ever been receiving mail in that post office box since then, and we have not received anything with Rossmann on it. I'm sure our post office would have returned that, as we are a business in town.
Yeah, they told me they would have returned it. I was just checking out of curiosity. I'm so sorry for wasting your time, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
No worries, and certainly best of luck, but I am the owner, and I did purchase the mailbox. So,
ma'am, let me just let you know how lucky and smart you are to have a business in Maine instead of New York State. But you already knew that.
I do wish you best of luck.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your day.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
At this point, this case has kind of gone cold. So I only know back to 2018 who had the box. I cannot figure out who had the box before 2018. However, armed with the knowledge that if mail was going to Rossmann Repair Group, Inc., Louis Rossmann, to P.O. Box 842 in this very small town where it seems like the person who answered the phone and the person who's the postmaster kind of knows who has the boxes and would be able to notice, every time I get mail to this box, it goes to, Nicole at APX, and now it's going to Louis Rossmann to Rossmann Repair. Something wrong, something weird is going on here. Let's send that back. I decided to call up New York City and New York State to figure out how the hell this happened. And I'll be honest, it was incredibly, incredibly difficult for me to maintain any composure, realizing that this mistake pretty much affected the course of my business, financing, and my life. For all I know, I may be able to afford 10 kitties right now instead of just 3. Anyway, let's move on to that.
Welcome to the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance.
At this point, I'm going to be cutting out a lot of the time that I spend on hold because I spend so much time on hold between these two phone calls that I used up a large portion of my day, and I also killed the battery in one of my headsets. So we are going to be cutting quite a bit out here because if I don't, this video will... Again, the last two calls that I played you in those last two videos, that was 14 hours worth of being on the phone, just so you understand. So...
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Corporation Tax Liability Resolutions. My name is Eno, employee ID 61376. How may I assist you today?
Hi. So I had a lien and a warrant placed on my company for unpaid corporate tax from I think 2013 through 2016. I have the warrant ID. So I called in because I have all these tax returns. I had submitted them, I mailed them, and also the money had been debited out of my bank account for them. So I had called in a few weeks ago, and somebody said that they were going to be getting these liens removed. I just wanted to follow up on it. And the second question that I had, and I apologize for overloading you with all this stuff at the very beginning of the call. One of the supervisors said the address they had on file for me was a P.O. box in Berwick, Maine, but I had never been to Maine in my life. So I wanted to just kind of dig and figure out how that address could have ended up on my account, if possible, because I had never been notified of the collection, the court case, the lien, the warrants, because all of the mail pertaining to that was apparently going to a P.O. box in Maine.
Okay. Well, first off, let's start with your information. Are you the owner of this business?
Yes, sir. And my apologies for throwing that all on you in the beginning.
No worries. I took notes of all that. What is the taxpayer ID of your corporation, please?
454276495.
Okay, thank you so very much. The name of your corporation, please?
Rossmann Repair Group.
It's going no. Yep. Oh, thank you so very much, and it's going fine so far. I hope yours is not doing too bad.
All right.
Loaded question. Sorry about that. Anyways, Thank you for the name. What's the address that we have currently for your business?
I believe it was 141 West 27th Street, New York, 10001. And at the time of the lien, it was 186 First Avenue, New York, 10009. And I think I had changed the address to Texas last week so that when they sent me the notice that the lien was removed, it would come to 2410 San Antonio Street, Austin, Texas.
Okay. Excellent. And just to finish confirming, what is your name, sir?
My name is Louis Rossmann.
Okay. And may I go ahead and confirm your social security number, please?
420-694-206.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Rossmann. And your best daytime telephone number, please?
420-694-206.
Okay, thank you so very much. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look and see the update, see if there's anything going out yet for that. I can confirm, based on the notes that I'm seeing here, that this was an issue going on with another profile. So let me go ahead and dig on that other profile and make sure everything's all set there, okay? Just a moment. So yeah, it looks like under the other profile, the issue has been resolved. There is no balance under that. A notice is going out to you. Let me see if it already shows which address it is, but it should be the address in Texas now since that has been updated. And sure enough, a liability cancellation notice is going out to the address in San Antonio Street in Texas.
Okay. Now, thank you. I really appreciate that. That was handled incredibly quickly, like the notice being sent out. So the one question I have for you, and feel free to tell me that this is an unfair question to be asking you specifically rather than somebody else. Last week I had spoken to a supervisor who was very polite and helpful, and she said the address that was on file for me was P.O. Box 842 in Berwick, Maine. I'm trying to figure out how a P.O. Box in Berwick, Maine was ever on my account, because the reason I didn't know that there was a collections, a lien, that my taxes weren't being processed properly was all of the correspondence was being sent out to a P.O. Box in a state that I had never been to. Which I'm just kind of curious, like, where would I even go to begin investigating how that address got on my account? The reason I ask is me having this lien and warrant on me prevented me from getting financing for my business for 7 years. So it's a bit of a point of contention to me, which isn't your fault personally, but I just want to be able to satisfy that curiosity.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to determine where that address got picked up. All I'm able to see right now is that the matter has been handled and resolved. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to answer as to how that address would have gotten into your file. I apologize.
Is there any way to tell, like, where, what form had to be filled out for that address to be there, or like was it like at the time of filing? Would it have been a tax return that was filed that had that on it, or?
That I wouldn't be sure, and especially because we're already talking about a tax warrant. That is a collection technique employed by our civil enforcement division. So any question about that should be directed to them.
Okay. Do you know how I would get in contact with the Civil Enforcement Division?
Yeah, of course. Their general line is 518-457-5434.
Okay, so that's 518-457-5434.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Sorry for taking up so much of your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, no problem. Would you like me to transfer you right over to there?
Oh, yeah, if possible. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
wish everybody
Thank you so very much.
like you.
No problem. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you.
All of our representatives are currently busy helping other callers. Please remain on the line and your call will be answered in the order it was received.
FML.
There are 1 caller ahead of you. The caller waiting the longest has been on hold 2 minutes. Please hold for the next available representative.
That was edited for the sake of brevity, but that was several hours on hold. And after waiting on hold for several hours, it just cuts off. Just like, boop.
Welcome to the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance. If you need help understanding the English language, you will be able to request an interpreter. If you were transferred to this number by someone you were just speaking with, press 1. If you dialed the tax department directly, press 2.
You have reached the billing, payment, and information line for the New York State Tax Department. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance. If you need help understanding the English language, you'll be able to request an interpreter. We are experiencing high call volume. There may be long wait times and some callers will not get through to a representative. Please consider creating an online services account on our website, www.tax.ny.gov. Online services is the fastest, most convenient way to do business with the tax department. With an online services account, you can make payments, including installment payment plans, view and print your remaining balance, and verify that your payments were credited, and more. To proceed using your taxpayer ID, employer ID, or social security number, press 1. If you are calling about a personal tax liability, press 1. For business tax types, press 2. If your business ID, employer identification number, or taxpayer ID contains only numbers after the B, press 1. Otherwise, press 2. Please enter the ID numbers only, followed by the pound sign. You entered
454276495.
If this is correct, press 1. If incorrect, our records indicate no balance is owed for the taxpayer ID entered. If you have questions about a bill from the Department of Labor, press 1. If you're calling about a bill which is closed or has been paid in full, press 2. For questions not related to billing, such as those about how to file a return, tax refund status, filing requirements, estimated prepayments or general information. 3. To enter another taxpayer ID, press 4. Please be advised that in order to speak with you regarding your business, you must be an owner or qualified officer of the business, or a representative with a POA-1, power of attorney form on file with the department. Did you know that taxpayers or their representatives may now submit Form POA-1, power of attorney online? All you need is an online services account. Please visit our website at www.tax.ny.gov for more information.
For sales tax, press 1. For corporate franchise tax, including dissolutions, press 2. For withholding tax, press 3. All others, press 4. For dissolution questions, press 1. For reinstatement questions, press 2. For partnerships or limited liability companies, press 3. For all other corporation tax questions, press 4. To hear this information again.
We are sorry. All representatives are busy assisting other callers. Please try your call again later. Answers to many of your questions can be found on our website, www.tax.ny.gov. You can also view and pay tax bills, set up an installment payment agreement, change your address, obtain the status of your personal income tax refund, obtain forms and instructions, as well as file certain tax returns online. Again, our website is www.tax.ny.gov. Thank you for calling.
You all may notice that I have a different Bluetooth headset on now than I did a few minutes ago. And the reason that I have this different Bluetooth headset on is because I actually used up all the battery in my other Bluetooth headset because I've been on hold so long. And after waiting on hold for the most ungodly amount of time period, my call was cut. So when I went to directly call the number that he gave me, I then got just, sorry, we have so much work to do that we are never going to get to your call. Now, do keep in mind that at this time during that hang-up, that's 1:05 p.m. It's 12:05 p.m. here. So that means that after hours and hours of waiting on hold, again, they're not saying it's like 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, we have to go home. At 1:05 p.m., they're just like, nah, we're done for the day. Yo. If I placed a lien on somebody and then got a warrant on them under false pretenses, and this existed for many years, I would have to face consequences for that. I would be held accountable and responsible. And even if I weren't held accountable or responsible, at the very least, it would be expected that when the injured party would call me, that I would be reachable by phone. They're not even reachable by phone. At 1 o'clock on a Wednesday. That's balls. That's just expressing dominance. I am the boss. I own you so much that I will waste hours of your life calling in. I will not call you back. I will not take a voicemail. Screw you. That's what that is. You know, one of the things that keeps showing up in the comments here is you should sue. You really should sue. And one of the things I don't think most people understand is that an attorney costs $800 an hour. And the attorney is going to want their money whether or not you win. Somebody said, well, surely somebody as powerful as you should be able to get an attorney to work for free. And if you guys think I have the power to make people work for free, you probably have not been paying attention over the past 10 years, have you? But I'm very close to the point where I'm actually seriously considering this. Like, this would be complete and utter financial ruin. Again, paying $800 an hour for an attorney to do something that 99% won't actually result in anything. But here's the thing. Here's the difference between me now and the me of even just a few days ago that probably had his marbles. I don't care anymore. I genuinely don't care. So what? So what? Okay, so my life savings goes to shit just so that there's like a 1% chance of seeking justice. I'm be honest with you, I'm seriously considering it. Like, I think about the mood that I was in when I made this video. I think about the reality and the truth of what I said in that video. I think about how the arc of my life could have been different. And you know what? Like, I know it's the stupid thing to do. It is not smart to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a lawsuit that will go nowhere. But I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it. Like, it's just the sheer, complete and utter lack of responsibility or accountability. Like, here's the number you can call. Oh, that number is just going to hang up on you in the middle. Call back. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't take your call at 1 p.m. on a weekday. No. I'm going to figure out a way to make these people pay. Even if it means that I have to pay. Even if it means if I pay with my life savings. I'm seriously considering it. If it means even one other person won't have to go through this, maybe it's worth it. Thinking about it. Well, I'll see you in the next one.